What if you could eliminate procrastination forever? So it's not just easy to do the work, but your mind gets sucked into doing the task and you blaze through it like knife through butter. I call this the buttery execution. It's the opposite of procrastination. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to master it. My name is Ante, and on this channel you will learn how to become way more productive whilst also working well, as proven by science. You see, back in school, every month I was assigned to read one book and to answer some questions. Every single month, I would wait for the last day before I actually have a deadline to do that, read that book and answer those questions. I would literally stay awake, read the whole book, answer all the questions. My mom next to me yelling, helping me, yelling at me, cursing at me. I didn't like it one bit. She didn't like it one bit. She hated me for it. I hated myself because I did that again. And why is it so? Well, I realized it was because of the deadline. Obviously, it was because of the deadline, because I didn't do anything before. I just started the last day or the day before that. So if my teacher actually gave me a deadline for 3 days instead of a whole month to read the book and answer those questions, I would actually do it in 3 days. And I would actually probably start the same day because the deadline is so short. So I would realize okay, I better start immediately. I better not procrastinate at all. But, since I had a whole month, I procrastinated. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. Till last day, pretty much. So why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because you are doing probably the same thing. Or if you're not, you can still apply this principle. It's called Parkinson's law. It states that work expands till the time that you allow it. Meaning, so that teacher allowed me a month to read the book and answer those questions. If you gave me 3 days, I would do it in 3 days. If you gave me 1 day, I would give it in 1 day. This is the power of deadline. You want to do the same for your work. Whatever it is that you're doing, you want to apply this in 2 ways. First, micro way. In terms of you want to apply to whatever action you're doing, you want to set a shorter deadline than it usually takes you to do it. So if it usually takes you, for example, 2 days to do it, say, how can I do it in a day? I have to do it today. Or if it takes you a week, how can I do it in 3 days? Really try, experiment this, focusing. So every task that you're doing, do it in way smaller amount of time. Set a crazy short deadline for it. And not only that, you also want to use it on macro level, meaning you're not working Saturday and Sunday, here weekend. And also every single day that you are working from 8 a.m., for example, to noon. So only 4 hours a day. Why? Well, this will force you to actually get everything done way more faster. And not only that, but this will also get you to thinking, okay, do I really even need to do everything that I'm doing right now? And if I have to, how much? Do I really need to do that much? As I'm doing right now in the 8 hours? You probably realize that some things aren't worth doing at all, or at least you want to do them less. And the ones that you are doing that are actually are effective generally, you are going to find a way to do them way faster. And you're going to be definitely way prepared. You're going to be caffeinated. You're going to optimize your environment and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing. Parkinson's law in both micro and macro level. By the way, if you're an entrepreneur who wants to make way more money whilst working way less amount of time, click the link in the description of this video and I'm going to help you personally one-on-one with making that your reality. Another way how I eliminated my procrastination like crazy was pretty much by just preparing the day before. I know it sounds simple, but hear me out. I've learned this from Ryan Doris, is a co-founder and a CEO of Flow Research Collective, which helps organizations and entrepreneurs to literally achieve their full potential, peak performance and so on. He calls this the power down ritual, in which it's a 4-step ritual in which he does 2 things that are going to immensely help you with procrastination. And one of them is pretty much every single day you want to prepare for the day, for tomorrow, the day before. So you want to say everything that you want to do that day. Simple as that. Just outline which tasks that you're going to do tomorrow. That's it. I said, abuse Parkinson's law, set a very short deadline for it. Once you did that, you also want to break it down into smaller steps. So for each task that you want to do, break it down into smaller steps. So for example, making this video, there's more steps to it. Or recording a video, editing a video, scripting a video, making thumbnail, coming up with a title, of the video. But how do I do each of these tasks? How do I script the video? How do I edit the video? If I break that down into micro action steps, when I'm actually going to and wake up and tomorrow and do that thing, it's going to be way more easier because I didn't just say do that. I also broke it down into steps. It's way simpler. There's no question marks in my head. I know everything I have to do and how do I do that? Micro step by step, pretty much. So this will also increase your productivity because you will not procrastinate. You will know, okay, I literally know everything that I'm going to do tomorrow, and I know how am I going to do each in pretty much in depth because you broke it down into even smaller action steps. So you see how this will increase your productivity like crazy. This will make it so that it's way harder to procrastinate. And third is pretty much stop setting annual goals. Before, in the past, I would just always set annual goals. And this year I want to do this, that, doesn't matter what. The point is, I had so much time. As I said again, there was no Parkinson's, so there was no deadline that's tight. I gotta start doing it, I had 12 months. Do you see how it's flawed, this thinking? This is another way how you actually abuse Parkinson's law in a sense. You want to start setting shorter goals. So 3 months. I wouldn't go beyond that. I set 3 months goals because when you set 12-week goal, this creates urgency. As we said with Parkinson's law way before, this is actually kind of another way to abuse Parkinson's law. Because your goal, you have to accomplish it in 3 months, in 12 weeks, and not 12 months. So by you having this urgency, every day, every week that you're slacking off, it's way bigger consequences because you have way shorter deadline to accomplish your goals. It's that simple. So if you are gonna slack off, well, you're gonna realize very soon that less and less time to pretty much accomplish your goals. You slack off for 2 weeks, you have only 10 weeks more. And if those 2 weeks, were somewhere in the middle, you have only like 5 weeks to accomplish your goals. You see how this urgency is gonna make it so that you accomplish way more in 12 weeks than most people do in 12 months, and that's not procrastinate. If you don't have this urgency, it's way easier to procrastinate because, I want to get shredded by summer, there's so much more time, I can slack off. I don't really need to, track my calories and work out today and whatever. It's just an example, but you get the point. So I really hope I helped you with this video, and I helped you with every single video in the future and the past, and I hope I'll see you in the future video. See ya. Bye.